Let's talk 358725. Some people may be confused as to why I just said 6 digits. It's one of the ancient texts, but this hentai is one of the most wholesome ones I've ever read. It went from reading it for my meat to reading it for my heart. This doujin is from the artist Mashiro Shirako, who has a lot of experience in the field of both wholesome and kimoneko. The story follows our two protagonists, Ari, who is experiencing a lot of weird things and starting to think he's a protagonist of some story, and Sadie, a fox demi-human that Ari took in. The two met about a week before this first page. Sadie was found lying on the street dying, and Ari decided to take her in. This is where we learn that the world has some demi-humans around, and they're pretty natural to see, but fox humans are the rare ones. We see the characters develop this relationship between the two at their first encounter. Ari even says that Sadie is more like a dog than a girl, enough to feel like he needs to tell Sadie that she is a free person. That made Sadie have some sort of reaction where she starts shaking and clinging onto Ari. After that, we see Sadie holding Ari down, and Sadie was acting weird. So Sadie forced herself on Ari, and they start to have a good time. We see the next scene that Sadie would try to do it all the time with Ari, even if he was tired. This is because we learned that demi-humans have a stronger libido than humans, and they must do the do until they feel satisfied. We also get the information that most fox demi-humans are female, and that they will continue to do the do until they get pregnant. But then we get this very wholesome scene where Ari asks if Sadie regrets meeting him, and in response Sadie says, "Meeting Ari is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love you." Ari responds as anyone would, and they continue to do the do. And then we later learn that both want to connect on a spiritual level, and they end the do with, "Let's always be together." The entire doujin ends with this panel. And just look at that face. Tell me that isn't the most adorable face you've ever seen. We also see that they have a kid now. My overall rating of this doujin is 10 out of 10. An absolute masterpiece. Enough of one to make me want to create an N-hentai account just so I can favorite it. I couldn't review it all in this video due to obvious reasons, so I recommend you go read it for yourself. But that's all I got. I'll see you in the next one.
Attack on Titan, Tokyo Ghoul. These hentai babes make me drool. MachinaMaker is great. She makes me masturbate. Fairy tale.